Well, the YouTube True Crime Tale for Sight and everything else. Today we step aside to everything else. And probably the only place I can get to right now due to my vacation time. Got a little screwed up to go to places where I wanted to be. But I'm glad that I have made it to this place. It just says no trespassing. But I'm going to take my chances because I want to give in honor and respects to all the kids that lost their lives here at the Sunland State Hospital in Orlando, Florida. Now, just like back in Massachusetts, where asylums started, I believe, I'm sure this was no different than any other state hospital. Of course, they still have some kind of juvenile detention center over here. So I have been driving through this town, and wow, I've seen a whole row of ravens sitting on a telephone wire. So I'm about to wonder if it's not different out here, just like in Massachusetts, to make state property, like prisons and, asylums on Native American land. And there's a lot of stuff out here, boy, that's related to Native American that I can see. Of course, here we have a nice raven flying in for flight. That's right. Check them out. Coming to visit. Give them the old handout Native American salute. Anyways, just standing here to think that a building once stood in this area and housed kids that were mentally challenged, mentally disabled. Just like my father had epilepsy seizures and things back then were abnormal to people, that they had to spend their lives sitting in one of these places and being abused and, beat up. Electric shock therapy, I'm sure, happened here. Everything at these asylums. Very bad things. And I just want to honor these kids who lost their lives here and do this video because, there was no reason for why kids back in the day, just because they had a deformity or something, had to been put through this kind of torture. Anybody back then, but everybody back then with their stupidity didn't know what was wrong with people, of course. And when they would act different, that would lead you to these types of places. And it's just a true sad. And I'm glad I got here to pay my respects to these kids. I would like to honor them with a moment of silence real quick before I continue. Actually, I'm gonna sit down here a minute, Indian style, Native American. Have this raven watching me. But usually when I feel or have that sensation of native, I usually start sitting down Native American style. Oh, there he goes. Just flew off. He was just sitting there watching me. But last time I did this, I got a picture of a native spirit holding up its hand, mind you, in the native fashion. But supposedly people have heard embodied voices and stuff here. All signs of spiritual contact. Look at that. Yeah, look at that, folks. He's gonna sit right up there with me. Honor. Something's here. Something is here. Something is here. But anyways, like I said, the embodied voices and stuff, children, laughter and stuff, supposed to be heard here. And hell, let's sit here for a moment and let the camera do its work. Like I said, something's here. There's a crow over here sitting with me. Huh? He knows I'm doing something. Mind you, I brought along my little amulet I carry with me. That is my Ouija board necklace. Nice purchase I bought at the flea market, 1972 Ouija board. Original from Salem, Mass. Mind you, William Fold. I'm gonna put the camera up a moment. Let's see what I get. Of course, I'm sitting Native American style here. And hopefully the kids' spirits will see that I'm here for, good reasons. Let me hold that phone up a sec. Hearing some kind of popping behind me, but I do have my kids. If you seen one stepped out of the truck, I don't know if it's them or it's something beyond that, but I started hearing that. And this guy's going nuts. Something's definitely here, boy. I don't know, it's tough to say when Google Maps shows a little line comes in from here. So I'm thinking the building's set right about here. Of course, the sidewalks must have been around this. It's very peaceful here. You might want to get out of the Florida chaos. I advise you to come here, sit on one of these nice benches. Very peaceful. May all these little souls rest in peace. taking some pictures. Usually when I take pictures, I get some images. Hopefully I get something here. It sucks. I would love to come back here at night, but I do not think that's going to happen. So, especially the time I got left. Here's something over here, but I think it might be out there. City skirts making noise. Would be very interesting to know if this place has one of them lost cemeteries. Of course, them cemeteries would, I don't know if people didn't say in the article, but it would be interesting to find out if there was like a cemetery here that no one came and claimed their kids. So yeah, what all cemeteries or like the rotten prison camp or stuff like that all get thrown out on the ground with unknown names. Real disturbing stuff that used to happen back then. Just demented. And you just think they all thought these people were really demented, but the doctors and the caretakers, they were the demented ones. They were the ones that were evil. They were definitely the ones that, tortured and put these people that just had deformities and mentalism and used it against their will. Didn't know better. I mean, don't get me wrong, there were some violent mental patients back in the day, and yeah, they would expect to have been the ones that, right, got tortured or anything, should have got what they deserved, but the ones that just didn't know better, yeah, like the kids, all sits back. Oh, truck's coming. Hopefully I don't get them looking at me, or I don't know. Guess I've never been here, so this is new to me. I don't know if I'm supposed to be in here, but it says no trespass. But yet it's a park. Now the crow's gone. It stepped off the land. Huh? What do you think of that? I wonder if I go back on, he'll start crowing up again. Calling up a storm. Must know I'm here doing something. Because now he's not doing nothing. Especially when I go places, something always gets stirred up. Advocate for the dead. Today I'm advocating for these poor children that lost their lives at Sunland State Hospital, Orlando, Florida. Again, once again announced. Other than that, I'm going to get out of here. I can feel the sorrow in this place. There goes the crow. Yeah, see, he's not crowing up now. Well, that's another one. He's a bigger one. But they're over here, folks. This land is sacred. Because when you see all these birds, they're not meaning of death. They're sacred birds. They mean and tell you things. But I'm going to get out of here now. My time is up. Once again, honoring the children. I'm glad I was able to get here and pay my respects. What little time I spent. And I hope someday everybody can get the chance to do this too. It's not just here, but any asylum to anyone besides the real violent mentalism patients. This should have never happened. They should have been there. They should have got the help they needed, but it wasn't like that back then. Torture, pain, destruction is all it was. But until that next video, be safe, take care. Always respect your native land, which I think there is native land here too. Everything I've been driving by out here, and all these crows and ravens sitting around, there's something out here also. But this is the Sunland State Hospital. Out.